During the 80s, the Tom Hanks was a comedic actor. And in 1988, he does Big, which earned him his very first Oscar nomination for Best Actor. He didn't win. That was in 1988. That was just a competitive year for lead actors. But Tom Hanks, he gets his first acting nomination at the Oscars, and it's for a comedy. He really was very deserving of it, I'll admit. This movie is it's a fantasy, a comedy fantasy, with some bits of romance sprinkled in here and there. And it is, I guess you could say it's a body swap film. It's just a one-person thing, okay? Usually when you see body swap films, it's two people, and they switch bodies or they switch brains or whatever. And you have to deal with two parallel stories about how each person is dealing with it being in the other person's shoes. But in Big, one person, they get a new body, so we get more info about that person's life, more about that single person's escapades, and that's good. So it's about this 12-year-old boy named Josh Baskin, who is constantly tired of being too young or too short. And one day, him and his family are at this carnival, and there's this Zoltar machine, and he wishes that he was big. So I said, I wish I was big. And of course, big, that can mean a multitude of things. It can mean fat, it can mean tall, but the Zoltar machine understands what he means by it, and he wakes up the very next morning as a 30-year-old man. And 30-year-old Josh Baskin is played by Tom Hanks. The only person who he's able to successfully convince is actually him, but as a 30-year-old, is his best friend Billy, who's played by Jared Rushton. And with the help of Billy, Josh is able to move into the city, and he's able to successfully forge his way into this prestigious toy company. And because Josh is actually a 12-year-old, he's able to think outside the box way more often. He's able to have fun way more often, and he becomes a major hit at the toy company. Eventually, gets himself a really nice, snazzy apartment, and he's able to win the hearts of a whole bunch of people at the company, including his boss, who's played by Robert Loggia, and Elizabeth Perkins. Eventually, a little too much adult things start happening to him. Like, he has to meet all these deadlines, deal with all these clients, and yes, he is enjoying things, but eventually things just get to be a little too much for him, and he starts to miss being a kid. What's so good about Big is, yes, it is really, really funny. It is super duper tender. It's a feel-good film. But ultimately, it's the subtext about Big which gives it its juice and its flavor. It really encourages the adults watching this to, have fun in life, embrace your inner child, embrace any sort of innocence. And the children will be thinking, you know what, I should cherish childhood. At least I hope. At least I hope that's how, that's what director Penny Marshall is hoping for. And even if this movie's a little too mature for some children, hopefully some of the more mature children will, like 9 and 10-year-olds, will think, you know what, it's okay to be a kid. Hopefully. Either way, Big is a really good film. It is one of Tom Hanks' best performances. And I feel like giving it 3.5 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.